I'm just waiting. Still waiting. Can't be long now. So what I've been waiting for is autumn. But as you can see all around me, autumn hasn't turned up yet. We're still at the end of summer. I was hoping for just a little bit more colour than what's here, but as you can see, everything's still pretty green at the moment. So we'll probably have to wait another about 4 weeks or so before anything like that really turns up. Down here in the south of England, it's normally like mid-October to the end of October where it really comes to life. So what I'm going to do today is just have a wander around this beautiful ancient woodland, as you can see, and I'm going to capture some of the last of the greens before they all turn orange. So hope you join me on my little adventure today. Oh, there's me thinking, just set up a tripod, find a tree and take a picture of it. Not the case. So I thought, let's just go for the first one. You see the one behind me here. Just a tree there, and it just goes off into the distance, and there's a couple of ferns in the background. But unfortunately, that's not the one that even looked any good. Didn't turn out very good either. So I decided to walk down a little bit further, past the tree. Couple of meters down further, a little bit boggy down here, but it's not too bad, and it's a little bit rutty as well. I've just come across an even better composition now. If I can just, oh God, it's really boggy down here. So I'm just going to swing around and show you. That is a lot better. So we've got branches coming from both ends. We've got a lovely foreground. We've got all those ferns in the foreground. In the back we have got colour, believe it or not. We've got some very slight yellows and oranges. We've got a silver birch at the very back there. As you can see, that's been fallen over, and then it just leads off into distance. So we've got a lovely leading line going through. So I think I'll set up now and see what we can make of that. So the reason I haven't made any videos over this summer is because I just don't like the summer. I'd rather be doing other things than trying to walk around the woodland, trying to squeeze an image out of something that's not really any good. I've just got to wait for that atmosphere to turn up, knock on the door and say, time to come out into the woodland. So a couple of days ago it dropped, the temperature dropped, and I knew just then everything was going to change. So that's why I've decided to come out today, and it has been absolutely fantastic so far. Like I say, don't like the summer photography, rather wait till just the end of summer, just going into autumn, and then everything really ramps up and I really enjoy photography. Also had knee surgery in the middle of the summer, and I wasn't quite sure if I could even walk on it for a while, but that's all healed up now, so that's really good. I can walk for miles now. Absolutely feels like there was never anything wrong with my knee in the first place. So that's really good news as well. So I'm fit, I'm healthy, and I'm going to be taking pictures now the weather has changed. So if any of you have seen my channel before, you do know I like a lovely fallen tree, and here's one here. Got a oh, it's not a fallen tree, it's a branch that's fallen off a tree, funnily enough. It's just laying across, and it is absolutely huge. We've got a lovely low layer of green moss going across the top of it, which is catching from the light above. there is quite a lot of sky in this image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it down, maybe a 16:9 or something like that. I do not want any sky in the picture. So what you see above that tree line just there, I'm just going to just crop all that out. We've got another tree in the background here. So it's a little bit of devastation going on. We've got the tree in the foreground, branches falling off, tree in the background over to that side, and the branch is falling off as well. And also we've got another one there. So everything is just coming on itself. Basically it's just a mishmash of trees still growing and everything's just falling off them. So I'm just gonna go back to the camera now and I'm just gonna frame it up for you. So let's put it on live view. Just think roughly, that looks good. Remember, I'm taking the sky off the top half of this picture, so I'm not really worried about that. There's probably a couple of compositions I'm going to try for this. This would be the first one. Half a second, f14. I want to get pretty sharp front to back. Let's just zoom in a bit. Right, it's a lot harder than I thought trying to get this image in frame, but I've taken several different compositions and hopefully at least one of them is going to turn out good. So in the last 5 minutes, the sun's decided to poke its head out. So the whole atmosphere of this woodland has changed now. So I thought I'd just carry on walking around, see if I can find anything. And this is the thing that caught my attention. Funnily enough, a branch, not the tree, just the branch. Now the branch itself, still got leaves on it. And we've got some lovely green moss just catching the tops of it. So you're getting a lovely contours and colours going on there. Tiny bit of orange, a couple of dead leaves on it, which just add to it. But what I liked about this is that stood out as a foreground, and as behind, I'll just walk down a little bit further. So we'll just go under that tree. And in the background, we've got this, I think it's a fir tree, but it does look very sorry for itself. It's just weeping down. All the branches are facing downwards, not up. So it almost looks like it's crying. So it looks a very sad looking tree in the background that I'm going to use. We're going to try and get rid of all that sky as well. So I'm just going to be cutting it to about there. If it's a 16:9 that I have to shoot today, that'll be it. But I think that might work. Funnily enough, just the tree branch, not the tree. Let's see how that turns out. But there's the branch. Like I say, we're not having the tree in at all. Not the trunk, just the branch going across. We've got some lovely light coming down. But what I'll do is I'll just cut that top bit off, hopefully. Let's have a look. We've got half a second, f14, ISO 100. I'm just going to zoom in. Just make sure. Now we're on manual focus. I don't want the camera to capture the background. I want it to be dead sharp on that branch. So 3-second timer, just allow it to stabilise. Let's see how that turns out. Well, a lot of people say woodland photography is quite difficult, but if you take it back to basics, if you do landscape, you might have to walk miles and miles across fields, up hills and stuff like that. If you just come to a woodland, plonk yourself in the middle, give yourself, what, half a mile each way, just stand in one place and just swing round, you can just see absolutely lots and lots of compositions. For instance, got that beautiful birch. No, beech tree, sorry. Look at that catching the light, absolutely stunning that is. Another one down there, which I'll be talking you through in a minute. Let's have a look. what else have we got over here? So we've got another beech, a beech and a beech over there, real ancient ones. Got really dead old trees over there, and that's just within a space of about 10 foot. So you can just plonk yourself down somewhere, make sure it's half decent woodland with a variety of trees and that, and then you can just stand in one place and just look. I mean, you might see the best image, or you might take the best image in the world because you walked to the left-hand side of that tree and not the right-hand side of the tree. So you're always got images wherever you look, really. So let me just swing round behind me, and we've even got a lovely little river running through the middle. Well, it's more of a stream than a river. And we've got a lot of silver birch down there, so that could be good for the autumn. So I could always come back here and know that this little bit place here, it's got those silver birch behind with a little stream running through it. So next time you're out and you think, oh, this is going to be difficult, just stand in one place, have a look round, because you will find something. Right, so back to the image I'm going to take next. So let me walk you through it step by step. Beech tree on the right hand side, and we've got this tree, I think it might be another beech on the left hand side. Both of them have got moss all over them, so it's catching the light. The light source is up there, so it's shining through. That's the first part of the image, so that's like really the foreground. The next part, because now it's sloping down, we've got this really gnarly old tree. It is totally dead, and it stands out right in the middle of the picture. So we've got that is like a mid-ground, and off to the left we've got another tree mimicking the first one, bearing over to the left-hand side. And then just in the background we've got just green in the background, but we can change the settings, possibly something like 5.6, f5.6, just to make sure everything in the foreground and the mid-ground is really sharp. Anything in the background can just fade off, and then we can just possibly lighten it up or something like that, just to like get rid of all the obstacles that we just don't really want to see. So let's take that down to 5.6 like I said. Let's get rid of that brightness. Let's take it down a few stops. So we've got about a tenth of a second, I think, just at the top there. If you don't go bright enough, oh, that's quite nice, a sixth as well. What I'll do is I'll take a couple. As you can see, we've got the dominant beech in the foreground on the right hand side, and we've got the two left hand trees. Like I say, they're both mimicking each other and they're shooting off to the left. And right in the centre there, let me just show you, we've got that really gnarly old tree that's just died, and there's not much left of it. So I'll be taking this and let's see how that comes out. Just walked down this tiny little hill, must be about 20-30 metres from my last shot, so I didn't have to walk very far, come down, but it's very, very boggy down here. So I'm just stood on a tuft of grass, balancing away here, because it is very, very muddy. What I have come across is this next image, which is the two silver birch, and they really stand out. Well, those trunks are so bright, and we've got some yellow on the leaves, funnily enough. So that makes it really good. This was what I would call a painterly shot. Everything is very, very soft light. The sun's gone back in. It's just like a great big light box here. And we've got everything is picked out in tiny little details. Like behind we've got a fir tree over to the background, that's catching the light, and then it just leads on through further on. We've got some ferns in the foreground, they're catching the light. We've got different colours, we've got the greens, we've got the browns of the ferns, we've got some grasses in the foreground which are all different colours and they're all catching the light as well. So I'm just going to set that up without falling in the bog and see if we can get this shot. Right, I think I'll call it a day now. Just got through all that bog, as you can see behind me. Going to make my way back to the car. If you have liked today's video, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.